Okay, so this session is beginning, है ना? So कुन चाहिँ भाषा हैन? So which language should I use? English or
English
English? Full English?
full हैन आदि हिन्दी नेपाली
हिन्दी नेपाली मिक्स
Mix, not English.
There's English. No English.
होइन
English मा लेख्नु पर्छ साथै.
होइन इङ्ग्लिसमा भन्नु तर नेपाली आसामिसमा आसामिसमा हामीहरू
म किनभने
Okay then. So today's session it's gonna be on DBMS, and we will start from the beginning, and we will try to reach at the end of this, everything on inside the DBMS. This will be from starting till the end, and we'll try to finish this in under 2 hours for this semester of BCA. BCA, a course, semester course of khatam garam haina. We should finish it. Now starting from, like I'll just keep on going asking questions, like what is the data? What is the data? So one by one, first of all, I'll give this to you there. What is data?
Data is a collection of facts and statistics.
Collection of
Fact and statistics.
statistics
And row and process.
generally
Then row and
Okay, so database is a set of facts
data
and statistics generally free flowing over the network
generally raw
and raw and unprocessed, right? So that is it. That is data. So next question I'm gonna ask example of a data.
example of data.
Who Ashish? Okay.
data assist
Okay.
example data.
Yeah, what is the example of data? Your
name?
Okay, your name is a data, and your name is Ashish is a data, right?
Yes.
Then your age 19 is a data.
Yes.
height
Height
happens
170 is a data, etc. Okay. So now let's go on to information. What is information?
Information.
Yes,
मैं बोलूँगा
sure.
जो डेटा
Yeah.
मतलब प्रोसेस होता है
Processed data is known as information, right? Simple as that. And it is displayed in something meaningful form. You can also say that
यूजफुल और meaningful.
So this is it. And so I'm gonna ask can you give me one example of information?
Information.
Yes.
मलाई
Yes, an example.
information
Yes.
there are 3 students studying
Yes.
here this DBMS,
Okay.
namely Sagar, Ashish and Alok.
Yeah, that is information. Yeah. Okay, that is good then. 3 students here. So moving forward, what is the knowledge? All of it.
Okay. Knowledge is a information which gained by experience.
Yes, perfect. And
Useful use of information
yeah, I wanted to ask that. Yeah, useful use of information, right?
gained through the experience.
Yeah. So that is knowledge. And can the knowledge be transferred from one person to another?
Knowledge can no.
It cannot be, right?
It cannot be transferred.
Yes.
Knowledge.
It can be gained on through experience.
Yes, perfect. So that is knowledge. Moving forward, we're gonna ask what is a database?
Me?
Database, yes.
डेटाबेस मीन्स किसी मतलब ढेर सारे या डाटा को कोई एक जगह पे
Store करना.
स्टोर करना इसी को डेटाबेस
Database.
कंटेन ऑफ डाटा.
Container of data or values is known as database, right? So there's another definition of database. What can it be? Ashish can tell you.
Database.
Yeah.
Container of data.
That is fine then. Yeah, it is systematic way of storing the data,
Storing data.
isn't it? Now,
Systematic.
what is the database management system? Yes,
DBMS.
DBMS.
मतलब वो DBMS को ऐसे वे में प्रेजेंट किया जाता है जहाँ पे डाटा को स्टोर करके मैनेज करके रखते हैं जो फादर के लिए अच्छा बस है.
So you can tell me?
Database management system is software applications
Yes.
in where we can store or which we can store the data,
Which allows,
which allows
which does that? जो काम करता है. Which stores? Yeah, which stores?
which stores the data in such a way that
Yeah.
such a way that
It is
in such a way it will be easier to retrieve.
yes.
manipulate,
Yeah, perfect.
etc.
Yeah, it is efficient to modify and delete and
To modify,
manipulate
delete,
everything,
and insert and all.
right? Everything, right?
Mm.
So, can you tell me an example of DBMS?
DBMS,
Yes, example.
Oracle or MySQL.
Yes, that is the example. Okay, now what are the characteristics of DBMS? 1 point at a time. 1 point.
Characteristics of DBMS
Yes. First character is
means features.
no characters.
Characteristics means okay.
If you don't know, Asis,
Relation based.
that is second character.
Okay. I said.
First is
Second is relation based table.
yes,
First one is
Just one word.
real
A real world
entity,
entity.
right? Real world entity. You to understand this, we need to first understand what is an entity.
Real world
no
Entity.
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 Yes.
Entity means physical or virtual existing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the universe.
Something that
Something which is
Huh.
virtually or physically exist.
yes, yeah, perfect, right? So entity is something,
Something.
So now real world entity means
Means I think.
Yeah.
Can I try?
yeah,
Yes, you can.
रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी मींस जिसका मतलब कोई फिजिकल मतलब एक्चुअल लोकेशन हो या मेमोरी लोकेशन हो या कुछ भी मतलब
रियलिस्टिक हो.
रियलिस्टिक फिजिकल लोकेशन हो उसको ही मतलब रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी आई थिंक
what do you say? Real world.
It use real world entities which is used to design its architecture.
Yes. So actually, real world entity means that DBMS, uses something real as a reference to design its
Yes.
architecture.
Design its architecture. Architecture means what?
आर्किटेक्चर
What is architecture?
Just a guess, it's fine.
If you don't know, it's fine because you don't work right.
No.
It's a table.
Yes.
It's a table.
So,
The table having architecture.
so in DBMS, data is stored in a tabular way, is a relational. We call it relation. Okay. Relation means table. So in database, DBMS, data is stored in tables, relations.
Yes.
So your, to design its architecture means to design its relations.
Yes.
So we use real world entity as an inspiration, है ना? इंस्पिरेशन है ना, रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी का लेते हैं. तो एग्जांपल आशीष का है ना, रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी से हम इंस्पायर होते हैं कि आशीष का हेयर ऐसा है, ये एट्रीब्यूट है, इसका आंखें ऐसा, ये एट्रीब्यूट ऐसा, लाइक दैट, है ना. सो इसका डेफिनेशन है रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी. रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी, मॉडर्न डीबीएमएस, आजकल के आधुनिक डीबीएमएस यूजेस रियल वर्ल्ड एंटिटी to design its architecture.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference. So moving forward, and it uses its attributes too.
It uses its attributes.
Entity का जो attribute है उसको भी प्रयोग करता है. It uses attribute too. Now moving forward, entity हो गया. Now can you give me an example of one entity?
One entity.
That is virtual.
That is virtual. Virtual. लेकिन entity.
Physical है ना virtual.
Okay. Laptop.
That is
Physical.
Virtual. कोई ऐप भी ले सकते हैं.
Applications.
Yeah.
Application.
I must say the common one. University.
Yeah, university. And it's a company.
Company.
Every company is a
virtual. Yes.
What about the business now?
Yeah, they are also virtual.
Yeah.
It's an artificial person, company business. Yes. So now moving forward, we need to understand what is an attribute.
What is an attribute?
Yes.
Attribute.
Property of entity.
Yes, a property of an entity is an attribute, right?
Yes.
So what is an attribute called? In normal table.
What is
other name of attribute? Columns, right?
Yes.
And another name is there. What is? That is used in ULP.
ULP.
Yeah, it is known as
Fields.
yes, fields.
Yeah.
So now, what is a row
Row.
called in data in DBMS? Tuples, right?
Tuples.
And in ULP, it is called as
That
Record.
one. Record. Yeah.
yes,
Record.
data record, single data record, isn't it?
Yes.
So now moving forward, we understood what is record, what is attribute, and what is tuple and everything.
Yes.
So now let us talk about second characteristics of DBMS. That is
Relation-based table.
okay,
Relation-based tables.
relation-based tables. So what is relation-based tables?
Relation-based tables.
Yes.
जो रो वाइज या टेबल को ठीक करते हैं या रखते हैं, स्टोर करते हैं डाटा, उसी को रिलेशन बेस्ड टेबल.
So data को हम we are storing
रो वाइज.
row wise. What do you say?
row wise and column wise.
Yes. So
Okay.
basically, what we are saying is the DBMS, forms a relation according to the attributes, entities, the entities and its relationships. According to the entities and its relationships, a relation-based table is formed. इसका definition देखा जाए तो DBMS allows entities and relations among them to form tables. तो entities और उसके relationship देख के हम table बना सकते हैं, मतलब relations बना सकते हैं.
Relations
That's all.
to form tables.
Yes. And user can understand the architecture by just looking at the table. So now third,
Can we say it is user friendly
yeah, we can user friendly.
because it is so easy.
Yeah, that is user friendly, but it's not the characteristics, right? So what's the third characteristic then?
Isolation.
Isolation. Okay. तिमी यहाँ नहेर है त एकछिनको लागि
कसम
ल है त छैन ल ठिक छ मलाई अलिकति डाउट लागिरहेछ Isolation, right?
भिडियो हेरेर
Okay है त isolation, what is isolation?
आइसोलेशन मीन्स अकेले रहना मीन्स उसका मतलब
Yes.
काम है
Yeah, term, correct. अरे यार you remember?
मैंने भी पहले भी पढ़ा था.
Yeah,
हाँ,
वही
वो मैंने वीडियो देखा था ना
Yeah.
मैं भी बोला
I see.
और इसमें उदाहरण दिया था तुमने कोई बैंक ट्रांजैक्शन और उसमें लिखा था ऑल कैरीड आउट भूल गया थोड़ा आइसोलेशन मींस ऑल कैरीड आउट
मुझे भी याद.
All transactions are
कैरीड आउट
carried out. It seems as though they are in running one at a time.
वन एट अ
It seems as though all multiple transactions they are running as though only one of them are present, even though there are multiple transactions. तो ऐसा मतलब एक और दूसरे के बाद छेड़खानी, they don't interact with one another. They will run as though only one is running.
अगर
Yes.
you can
Move
means you can this side
this
So,
side. Oh, to confirm.
yeah.
Okay, for the time being. Okay, for the time being, I'll take exam.
इसके बाद इससे थोड़ा पता नहीं मतलब
So now let's talk about characteristic number 4. Can you tell me?
Answer regions and what?
Data.
Independency.
ओ डेटा इंडिपेंडेंसी अर्थ थियो होला त्यो
Data
Consistency.
consistency. What does it mean? Consistent भनेको yeah.
इसको मतलब कंसिस्टेंसी ऐसे उदाहरण मतलब एक
हाँ.
लॉ है मतलब
Yes.
तुमने अभी 9 सीजी पे लाया नेक्स्ट सेम में भी लाया 9
Yeah.
सीजी पे
Yeah.
To maintain. To maintain.
Yeah, to maintain.
To definition तो क्या होगा?
और डेफिनेशन ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी मींस सेम डाटा मतलब एक जो डाटा का मतलब वो मतलब गैप है या मतलब जिस टाइप से आ रहा है उसी को
Follow करते हैं.
फॉलो कर वही होगा शायद आई थिंक
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. So following a particular pattern.
A particular pattern. Yes.
Yes.
Data consistency. Like a date,
Yeah,
for example, right?
yeah, date. Yeah, example. Now you tell me. Ashish knows this. Yeah. What is an example of data consistency?
दिस वाला
Yeah, date वाला.
Yeah.
डेट वाला
You can tell it. How?
हाउ डेट वाला मींस इसमें सपोज कोई आशीष है
हाँ.
उसका आईडी है कुछ और डेट वाला कुछ मतलब 12 जन है ओके तो 2003 है तो मतलब वो अभी आशीष का अगले साल मतलब अगले साल 2000 जन 12 जन 2004 होगा टाइप का
ये नहीं.
ये नहीं
Format मतलब date of birth लिखने का format.
ओह वो
Month, date, and year.
Yeah.
एक ही रखना पड़ेगा. एक ही
Pattern.
follow करना पड़ेगा.
Pattern should be same.
ओके
किसी में मंथ पहले होता है और डेट सेकंड में होता है ना.
हाँ.
तो किसी में डेट फर्स्ट होता है और मंथ सेकंड होता है. वो नहीं होगा, गड़बड़ी होता है.
हां ओके
पहले डेट और मंथ और ईयर है तो सभी को वही फॉर्मेट यूज करना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
फिर इस डेटा कंसिस्टेंसी.
Yes. Data
एग्जांपल
So the good example, first record Ashish and date of birth is 12th Jan 2002. And the second record I insert Sagar and its date of birth is 2003, then Jan something. And now both of them are different. एक में 2003
Yeah.
पीछे आ रहा है, एक में आगे आ रहा है.
Yeah.
This is inconsistent. There's no same pattern. We need to follow a pattern. That is data consistency. Now tell me the problem of concurrency.
कंकरेंसी
Problem of concurrency.
कंकरेंसी
Concurrency means एक साथ.
ओ
एक साथ
तो problem of concurrency is
सब कुछ मल्टीपल ट्रांजैक्शंस करना.
yes.
हां
So problem of concurrency occurs when
When there is no data independency. Sorry, when there is no data consistency.
No.
Or what?
when multiple transactions take place at the same time.
लेकिन ये उसमें तो नहीं होता है, डेटा कंसिस्टेंसी
Yeah.
भी नहीं होता।
There's no related to that, but sir had given it together with data consistency, so I'm teaching. So
तो मतलब क्या हम किसे देते हैं?
I think it will come as a separate question.
What is data consistency?
Yeah, data consistency. Data in concurrency.
Data in
Problem of concurrency.
problem of concurrency.
Yes, problem of concurrency occurs when multiple transaction takes place at the same time. One transaction, example, आशीष के बैंक अकाउंट में I am sending money. Second transaction चल रहा है उसी समय
मैं बैलेंस चेक कर रहा हूँ।
बैलेंस चेक कर रहे हो और इसे थर्ड ट्रांजैक्शन उसी समय पैसा
कोई-
निकल रहा है,
पैसे निकल।
तो तीनों एक ही सेकंड में हो रहा है. व्हाट विल कंप्यूटर डू? दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ कंकरेंसी. और इसको ठीक करने के लिए हम फ्यूचर में पढ़ेंगे. ओके, कंकरेंसी आएगा, आई विल टीच यू. ओके,
Okay.
इसमें कैसे ठीक करते हैं, लॉकिंग वॉकिंग होता है, विल गो थ्रू इट.
तो इसमें ये वाला कोई रूल नहीं ना?
नॉट राइट नाउ, या नॉट राइट नाउ.
इनकंसिस्टेंसी का तो वही था ना, वो नहीं था, क्या था?
इनकंसिस्टेंसी.
मल्टीपल ट्रांजैक्शंस को करने के बाद भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है, था तो एट ए टाइम हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये
Isolation.
वगैरह वो आइसोलेशन का है।
आवर थर्ड.
तो
Data
वो इस पे
isolation.
कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है।
या इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. या कंकरेंसी प्रॉब्लम है ना.
रोल करता है ना कुछ।
Yeah. Yeah, when the multiple transaction takes even though it comes together, only it works as though only one is happening at a single time. है ना? कुछ मतलब rule follow होता है. We'll teach you later. It's very easy actually.
ठीक है,
And
let's proceed.
yeah, and the fifth characteristics is multi-user and concurrent access.
Multi-user and concurrent access.
Yes, it means
Multiple of users. We can it can have multiple users
yes, accessing the data at the
and at the same time.
yes, है ना? That is all. So a DBMS allows multi-user environment and allows concurrent access to the data. The thing you just said, that is the correct. So now one by one, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So first characteristic,
real world entity.
second,
Relation based tables,
third,
Third, isolation.
data isolation,
Right.
fourth,
data independency. ये तो नहीं था क्या? और तो data concurrency,
consistency.
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 Oh,
Yes, consistent pattern.
Right.
Now fifth,
Multi-user and वो concurrent.
access,
Access.
right? Multi-user.
ITU?
ITU. 5 characteristics, right?
वो लिखना पड़ेगा क्या डायरेक्टली ये सब पॉइंट वाइज में एक
Point
नहीं,
wise.
ये क्या characteristics
This might
of
come in question. Yeah,
डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा.
yeah. Define. You can do it. Define. Very easy.
सपोज 2 मार्क आ गया तो फिर भी डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा.
That I don't know. It depends on you if you want to define it.
दो मार्क ये तो वही लिखो बस, ना सब लिखना पड़ेगा।
So now I'm not gonna teach you. Ask you very important stuff. Yeah, it has. Okay.
नहीं, हम लोग इससे पहले क्या पढ़ रहे थे अभी भी? Characteristics of
Yeah, data DBMS.
हाँ,
A modern DBMS has these characteristics. These characteristics help that एक तो concurrent access होता है, ये सब होता है, मतलब characteristics है इसके. So now very important topic, 3-tier architecture. Okay, so yeah, 3-tier architecture. First level is
फर्स्ट लेवल है फिजिकल.
physical level, right? Now second level is
conceptual level.
yeah,
Conceptual level.
conceptual level. Third के level is
थोड़ा भूल गया.
Ground level बोलो।
बाहर है, मतलब it is outside. It is outside. So it is known as Ashish, tell me.
और
X.
it is external.
Yes.
External level.
मतलब it is outside. So in the physical level, what happens?
Physical level.
Yes.
Which happens in physical level, it cannot happen in.
No. That is the data independence. I will not go there yet. अभी है ना physical level. What takes place in physical level?
Oh, we
Data.
store the data.
Yeah, store the data.
Store
Now
the
in the logical level, what happens?
Logical.
Next is
Sequence. Sorry.
conceptual. Yeah,
Conceptual.
same thing. है ना? Conceptual level, what happens?
पहले क्या बोला तुमने?
Storing the data.
In the
Storing the data.
physical level.
वो डाटा को मैनिपुलेट करता है और एक्सटर्नल में शो करता है.
नहीं, मैं बताऊँ?
Yeah.
It insert tables. नहीं, tables insert करने का.
Actually, Alok was a bit correct. Stores data in the form of relations.
The forms of relation.
It stores the data in the form of relations.
Yes.
Relations are stored there actually. The whole big table, table relation, right? It is
Table को भी तो relation बोलते हैं.
yeah. ये बड़ा सा मतलब डेटा सारा जो भी सारा every data is in the form of relation. ये relation तुम्हारा है ना conceptual level में होता है. Then what is in the external level? Alok will tell
वो
you.
यूजर को शो करता है. मतलब जो डाटा हम इनपुट करते हैं या वो रखते हैं, मतलब वो यूजर के सामने आता है. सपोज
View दिखा देते हैं.
View. So you have to say view.
View.
View is something that is different. मतलब view को
Different
तुम
from-
तोड़ फोड़ करो if you destroy the views, it doesn't matter, in the conceptual level, because conceptual level is, it will stay like that only, isn't it? Am I correct?
Yes.
But there is a metric, right?
MS में वो करके भी दिखाया था
Wait.
वो।
Yeah, that one. Or you remember? Yeah.
Recently देखा होगा सर
हाँ?
recently देखा होगा भी
आज
Yeah, that one. MySQL, I just changed the name, still in the that real table, it doesn't change.
it doesn't change.
Yeah, because it's only our view, हम किसी को अलग व्यू दिखा सकते हैं, किसी को अलग व्यू दिखा सकते हैं अपना वहां से,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So now moving forward, what is a data independence?
ये आ गया
Next concept.
independency of data.
Yeah, that is correct. Independency of data in the theory architecture, right?
Mm.
So how many types of data independence are there? There are two types of, right? So first is
First is what we would say
physical
physical
data independence, and the second is
oh I know this second. If you don't understand what you no logical
logical data independence. Logical and conceptual you can use interchangeably, okay?
conceptual.
Conceptual you can just say that also. So now tell me what happens in physical data independence.
we cannot if we change the yes whatever we change in the physical it cannot be changed in the what is that maximum. That's so.
Yeah, it is true, but in you can define it like this. Physical data independence है ना? What is written there? Physical data independence. So you can just say it according to this physical data independence, any change in physical level
Which is
will not affect
not affect external
and
conceptual
yes,
conceptual.
external and conceptual level, because physical को अलग कर देगा. It will separate the physical and all the levels are unaffected in the changes here. So that's all. And tell me about the conceptual logical conceptual data independence.
conceptual.
Logical data independence.
तो फिजिकल में क्या होता है, डाटा को हम स्टोर करते हैं.
That is physical level.
I'm asking conceptual data independence. What is it?
ते ठीक है physical data independence के ऊपर आता है. This is
इधर रिलेशन बेस्ड टेबल बनाते हैं.
I'm not asking what happens. I'll just tell you, okay? Conceptual data independence means any change in the external view of the user will not affect
the conceptual and
conceptual as well as
physical level.
physical level. So just a sec, let me answer.
Awesome.
So yeah, we just talked about this data independence. Which language do you prefer? English की या
आते इंग्लिश टीचर वो
English? Okay, sure. Okay, she will.
हामी नेपालमा भन्न पाइन्छ कोही
Sure. So data independence, okay. So this is the like all the levels. So you say all the levels, okay. So all the levels are there. Now this data independence, what does it do is it separates the one block, तीनटा tiers है ना. This one tier, this logical data independence will separate this external tier from this two, it will just separate that like that. Simple as that. So इसका definition क्या होगा? The logical data independence means the external level view of the user the change there will not affect these both two levels, the conceptual and physical level.
नेपालीमा मतलब
अब यस्तो हो कि हैन, logical data independence भनेको तिम्रो external भनेको के हो? View हो नि त. The change in the external view of the user will not affect this conceptual level or physical level. यसमा केही चेन्ज भयो भने यो दुईटामा बाले छैन
केही छैन
हैन.
त्यो मास्किलमा गरेको त्यही होइन
त्यही हो. So हैन, and this two will not be affected. अनि physical data independence चाहिँ हैन अर्को data independence हो. त्यसको मुताबिक चाहिँ हैन, अगर physical level मा केही पनि चेन्ज हुन्छ नि, example user index and all, it will not affect conceptual and external level. ल अब तिमी भन त ल के बुझ्यौ physiological data independence? What is it? के चाहिँ बुझ्यौ यसमा?
पहिला लजिकल
लजिकल के चाहिँ बुझ्यो लजिकल डेटा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स?
लजिकलमा के गर्न सक्छ अब भने पहिलेबाट हो न फिजिकलमा के गर्छ हाम्रो डाटा स्टोर गर्छ अनि के रे लजिकलमा रिलेसन बेस्ड टेबल बनिन्छ अनि के रे एक्सटर्नलमा के हुन्छ हाम्रो भ्यू हेर्न सक्छ
युजरको भ्यू बन्छ है. व्हाट इज डेटा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स? लजिकल फिजिकल डेटा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स एउटा मात्र जुनटा एउटा भन.
डेटा
जुन चाहिँ भनेको छ त cannot be changed for nothing.
आशिष भन्नु त है
The changes in physical level
Ah.
will not affect to the external level.
एन्ड
The changes will not affect to the external level and conceptual level.
दुइटै यो ठ्याक्कै बिचमा तोडिदिन्छ कि
अँ।
अब यो दुइटा एफेक्ट हुँदैन
Changes
अब-
चाहिँ बस external र physical मा मात्रै हुन्छ, conceptual मा त conceptual मा changes तर चेन्जेस गर्न सक्दैन कि अब फिजिकल लेभल छ हामी यसो चेन्ज गर्न सकिन्छ,
हजुर
लोजिकल छ र हामी एक्सटर्नल
अँ।
चेन्ज गर्न सकिन्छ, तर त्यसरी नै कन्सेप्ट बनाइ
यसको डेटा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स छैन भन्नु चाहिँ अब तिमी सम्राट भन नि त होइन लजिकल डेटा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स चाहिँ के होला त यसले यहाँ तोडिदिन्छ होइन इट विल सेपरेट एनी चेन्ज इन द एक्सटर्नल लेभल विल नट एफेक्ट
नट एफेक्ट टु द
कन्सेप्चुअल एन्ड फिजिकल लेभल होइन त्यो भन्नु खोजेको क्या डेफिनेसन चाहिँ सिम्पल छ अब नेक्स्टमा जाउँ न त होइन नेक्स्टमा चाहिँ हाम्रो थिएटर आर्किटेक्चरकै यो बुझिरहेको थिएँ अब अझै फेजेस अफ डेटाबेस डिजाइन अब फेजेस चाहिँ हाम्रो होइन कसरी चाहिँ डेटाबेस डिजाइन गर्छौँ भने त्यसको हाम्रो फेजेस छ क्या सबभन्दा पहिला हामी रिक्वायरमेन्ट चेक गर्छौँ रिक्वायरमेन्ट यहाँ लेखिएको छ मैले रिक्वायरमेन्ट चेक गर्छौँ कि के हामीलाई चाहिन्छ फेरि त्यसपछि कन्सेप्चुअल डिजाइन गर्छौँ कन्सेप्चुअल डिजाइन भनेको चाहिँ के हो हामी रिक्वायरमेन्टहरू हेरेर वी विल लाइक के गर्छौँ भन्नाले हाई लेभल कन्सेप्चुअल मोडल प्रयोग गरेर त्यसको रिक्वायरमेन्ट्सलाई हामीले क्याप्चर गर्छौँ द्याट इज नोन एज कन्सेप्चुअल डिजाइनमा चाहिँ अब हाई लेभल कन्सेप्चुअल मोडल भनेको छ नि त्यो चाहिँ इआर मोडलको एक्जाम्पल हो क्या एक्जाम्पल इआर मोडल इज वान अफ द हाई लेभल कन्सेप्चुअल मोडल त्यही भनेको कस्तो ह्याङ भएको त एनिवे वेयर एम आई सो हियर इट इज अनि लजिकल डिजाइन फेरि लजिकल डिजाइन बन्छ होइन त्यो अब यो कन्सेप्चुअल डिजाइनमा चाहिँ हाम्रो इआर मोडल बन्यो अब इआर मोडल हेरेर हामीले होइन रिलेसन बनाउँछौँ क्या रिलेसन बनाउनु चाहिँ लजिकल डिजाइनमा फेरि लास्टमा फिजिकल डिजाइन आउँछ फिजिकल डिजाइनमा चाहिँ हामीले जो रिलेसन बन्यो नि टेबल क्या रिलेसन भनेको चाहिँ टेबल हो है टेबल बनिसक्यो नि अब टेबल इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्नलाई चाहिँ हामीले कमर्सियल डिबिएमएस युज गर्छौँ जस्तै कि माइस्कुएल ओरेकल यो चाहिँ मैले इनडेप्थमा गएको छैन किनकि होइन मैले अघि नै गरिसकेँ होइन अन्डरस्टुड राइट फुल्ली सुड आस्क क्वेसन्स अरू सुड आई मुभ फरवर्ड यो धेरै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई पेजेस अफ डेटाबेस डिजाइन होइन कसरी चाहिँ डेटाबेस बन्छ भनेको क्या इआर मोडल वाट इज एन इआर मोडल है त को भन्छ ओके सो तिमी भन त
ER means entity relation.
एन्टिटी रिलेसनसिप मोडल त्यो भनेको चाहिँ के होला
एन्टिटी भनेको चाहिँ अब त्यही एन्टिटी हो
इआर मोडल
इआर मोडल भनेको चाहिँ त्यसमा एट्रिब्युट्स हुन्छ एन्टिटी पनि हुन्छ
रिलेसनसिप हुन्छ
रिलेसनसिप हुन्छ त्यसले डिफाइन गर्छ कि यो एट्रिब्युट्स छ के रिलेसन छ अर्को एट्रिब्युट छैन
हैन
इट विल डिफाइन
इआर मोडल इज युज टु मोडल द लजिकल भ्यू अफ द सिस्टम फ्रम डेटा पर्सपेक्टिभ यो चाहिँ हाम्रो डेफिनेसन हो है
युज टु मोडल द लजिकल
भ्यू हैन इआर मोडल इज युज टु मोडल द लजिकल भ्यू हाम्रो लजिकल भ्यू भनेको
लजिकल भ्यू
इआर मोडल चाहिँ हामी प्रयोग गर्छौँ हैन हाम्रो त्यो रिलेसन बनाउनुलाई त्यही भन्यो क्या त्यही भन्नु खोज्यो अब एन्टिटी भनेको के हो थाहा छ हैन अब एन्टिटी सेट भन्ने नि कन्सेप्ट रहेछ क्या फेरि एन्टिटी सेट र एन्टिटी हैन बोथ आर सेम लाइक एन्टिटी एन्ड एन्टिटी सेट हैन अलमोस्ट
Specifically, the student.
I see. Oh yeah, sure. But in the first video, I have used a lot of Nepali, isn't it?
They can.
I see. So yeah, this is entity. Now moving forward, what is an attribute? We already discussed it, right? Do you know what is an attribute? No. So tell me then. Tell me. Attributes, yeah.
Attributes.
Yeah.
Property of entity.
Yeah, property of an entity. Simple as that, right? So yeah. So there are a lot of like types of attributes that we need to understand. So attribute is like this is how attribute is written: a single oval shape. Okay?
oval set.
In single oval shape denotes the attribute in ER model, and in an entity is denoted as
Cutting
rectangle in ER model. So there are a lot of type of attributes. Can you remember few?
attributes.
Yes, few types of attributes you can remember. Just write it down. We'll start here now. Few attributes,
Named and all what
types of attributes. I mean, that is,
types of it.
yes. Can you remember? What can you remember? Types of attributes.
Yeah,
Kya? You can't. So first we have is key attribute.
Yes,
Key
yes.
attribute. What does it mean? Do you remember? So key attributes means वो that attribute which can uniquely identify the table. You know, you have a table, right? So table, how many attributes you can see here?
Attributes.
Yes,
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 attributes.
Yeah.
We'll just name it our ID or name. These are qualities. Attributes है. Name है ना, something like that. And ID 101 and name is Sagar. And so here, which can uniquely identify a table. Well, ID can uniquely identify a table because every value is different. इसमें 102 होगा, इसमें 103 होगा. बट सागर 2 सागर भी हो सकता है.
हाँ.
तो अगर मैं सागर को आइडेंटिफाई करने दूंगा तो सागर, आई वांट टू फाइंड सागर,
तो आ जाएगा.
दो आ जाएगा. अगर 102 101 दूंगा तो एक ही आएगा ना वैल्यू. सो इट कैन यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहा है. सो दैट्स द मेन थिंग.
एक ही आईडी दो आदमी का नहीं हो सकता.
वही,
हाँ.
या दैट्स ट्रू. सो वो हो गया की एट्रीब्यूट ना. और की एट्रीब्यूट का यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई बोल दिया मैंने. सो आई थिंक दिस इज लाइंग अ बिट. या सो की एट्रीब्यूट है. तो इसको क्या करते हैं हम, इसको रिप्रेजेंट करने का तरीका कैसा होता है. हमारा एट्रीब्यूट ऐसा होता है. एट्रीब्यूट इज रिटन लाइक दिस, बट द वे टू रिप्रेजेंट अ की एट्रीब्यूट इज यू नीड टू अंडरलाइन, राइट. सो इधर अंडरलाइन करेंगे और इधर नाम को हो गया आईडी होगा, तो आईडी को अंडरलाइन कर देंगे लाइक दैट. तो फर्स्ट हो गया की एट्रीब्यूट. तो सेकंड क्या होगा, एनी केसेस. सो more could my answer can is my language. So here, so attribute. So another we have is composite attribute. Composite भनेको चाहिँ English word, what does it mean? Composite means multiple things together. So है ना. हाँ, तो here one attribute and here one attribute, if they mix together and form a single attribute. Example है ना, your name is there, but like Samrat Chhetri, Samrat is first name, first name, and Chhetri is second name.
Or last name.
Yeah, last name, like that. So this together becomes name. So this is a composite attribute. And another example we have is
another example.
Address. Address in country, state, district, like that. Lot of things together. So that's a composite attribute. And further we have this multi-valued attribute.
Multi-valued.
Yes, multi-valued attribute. So multi-valued, as the name suggests,
बहुत ज़्यादा
वैल्यू है ना, एक से ज़्यादा है. तो मेरे पास एंटिटी है ना, मेरे पास एंटिटी है अलोक. अलोक का है ना, एक तो नेम तो हो गया, इसका आईडी है, और अलोक के पास वो भी है, फोन नंबर है. बट अलोक के पास 2 सिम है, यू हैव 2 सिम्स. सो दिस इज मल्टी-वैल्यूड एट्रीब्यूट. सो यू डिनोट मल्टी-वैल्यूड एट्रीब्यूट बाय दिस, सिंस अलोक हैज मल्टीपल फोन नंबर्स. सो इट्स डिनोशन इज डबल दिस.
ये क्या था, एट्रीब्यूट्स का सिंबल, और ये रेक्टेंगल तो
एंटिटी
का.
अलोक इज एन एंटिटी.
और ये डबल वाला जो
मल्टी-वैल्यूड एट्रीब्यूट. These are all
double.
No, it's not required. I just showed you. And composite attribute, right? Multiple to forms a one. Okay. And now moving forward, multi-valued हो गया. After that, what can be there? क्या हो सकता है? Can you remember? Yes, I can remember. Derived attribute. So now derived attribute. So what does derived mean in English word?
Means hard work.
इसको बनाना, होम में
Forming. Yes.
किसी भी चीज से होम बनाना.
So Ash is very correct definition. It is made from something. किसी चीज से बना हुआ. Like you are derived from your parents. है ना. So derived attribute. तो एक एग्जांपल फिर से लेता हूँ. अलोक है मेरे पास. अलोक है. अलोक का क्या करता हूँ? अलोक का मेरे पास है ना. I have your date of birth. Okay. And I have another attribute known as age. Now age I found it using your date of birth. I calculated it from your date of birth. So it is not, it is not a normal attribute. It is a derived attribute. It is derived from your date of birth. That's all. Isn't it?
Date of birth से derive कर सकते हैं मतलब.
Yeah, isn't it? We calculate it derived from your date of birth. So that is why it is derived. So can you give another example?
Derived attribute.
Yes, another example. You have this, like you have address, right? So it will be, one of them is, it can be derived. What can be derived from your address? State. Yeah.
My village.
Yeah, we can, your village also, district also. These are all derived from your address. वही है.
तो जिससे derived है उसके पास में लिखना है ना?
No, it's not. कहीं भी लिख सकते हो. बस इस entity के साथ होना चाहिए.
हाँ.
Quality है. Because it is attribute of this entity.
अभी तक 4 पॉइंट्स पढ़े हैं ना?
या 5 हो गए, 4
तो क्या कहते हैं?
तो सबसे पहले था, चलो वन बाय वन है, व्हाट वाज फर्स्ट?
पहला
First
key-
attribute.
Key
key
attribute,
Key
right?
attribute.
And
और mixed label और derived,
derived and yes, multi-valued
multi-valued
and
and
open.
कोई सेकंड का
composite
Yes.
composite.
Composite
good
means
है
yeah.
मतलब
Yeah, एक good, yeah.
combine
Yeah, एक good, right? Combine. So then now moving forward to, we are going to go for the hard stuff. Relationship.
रिलेशनशिप ये इसमें अब खत्म हो गया कि
Yeah. We are in and yeah, we have finished entity types, attributes type. I mean, अब ER model के अंदर ही है, अब relationship है ER का ही. So what is a relationship? Shows the relations means association between
between
two entities
yes between entities.
between entities.
Okay. So how many types of relations are there?
Yes.
There are actually 3 types of relations. Okay. So there are only 3 types of relations. One is, can you assist tell me? Unary.
और ये हाँ
Unary means
एक single
single, right? So here only a single entity will be there. Single entity will be having a relationship. So it will be among itself only, right? So Alok, Alok fixes phone. Alok phone ठीक करता है. It's between yourself only. You took your phone and you fixed it. Yeah, right? And now next is we have
binary.
Binary, right? So binary, can you give one example? Binary.
Relation को
Yes, one example please. 2 entities will be there and having a relationship.
relationship two entities
Yeah.
Alok
Alok,
is
Huh?
relation is student.
student. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, entities. है ना? So that is correct. And now moving forward, binary. Now and relationship. Yes.
यहाँ पे number से relation.
Yes. More than this, तो it can have.
1 to 1 to denote भी कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, this is 1 to 1. So total 2 हो गया. This is only 1
Only one relation.
himself.
मतलब ये एक से एक relation
Yeah.
तक ही जा रहा है.
So it can have multiple 3, 4, 5. It's your choice. So example हो सकता है. Alok, कुछ भी हो सकता है ना? Example can we take? So one example please. मैं ही देख लेता हूँ. Yeah. Alok is scared of, तुम्हें डर लगता है, scared of mom and exam.
Exam.
Isn't it?
हाँ
Right? Perfect.
सही बोल दिया ये पता नहीं क्यों ये मैं आपको
So cardinality. So cardinality English meaning is, yeah, what's the English meaning of cardinality?
वो कार्डियो तो नहीं है ना.
No. So cardinality basically means number.
Number.
How many number?
Counting of numbers.
Yes. So the cardinality in this relationship, we are still inside the topic of this relationship. Cardinality means number of relationship an entity engages in. मतलब एक entity कितने बार relationship में कर रहा है ना? So number of relationship that is of an entity is a cardinality. So tell me the cardinality of Alok.
I would say 2.
2.
I would say
3
we need to add.
I think it's 2. I think, isn't it?
Do we also need to add?
No idea, but yeah, I think it is 2 actually. Cardinality. Anyway, so yeah, that is the number of relations. Now next we have is participation constraint. This is also inside the concept of the relationship. So participation constraint. What does it mean? Participation मतलब क्या होता है?
तो participate करते हैं.
Yes, and constraint means
तो participate को रोकते हैं.
single
single. Oh, नहीं. Constraint का meaning क्या होता है English में?
So blocking.
Blocking. Yeah, correct.
नहीं,
And
block करना.
any other meaning of constraint? Constraint means रोकना.
रोकना.
Yeah, I'm constraining you from going there, तो मैं तुम्हें रोक रहा हूँ जाने से, like that, So constraint, participant constraint means, it means a restriction on number of relationship an entity can have. That is the definition.
Restrictions.
Yes.
Okay, हाँ वो भी तो रोकना ही है.
ये रोक नहीं है. Restrictions on number of
Entity.
relationship number of relationship an entity can engage. ओके इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब मैं बोल दूंगा कि और लोग दो से ज्यादा रिलेशनशिप में नहीं रह सकता,
हाँ
तो ये रेस्ट्रिक्शन डाल दिया मैंने, तो दैट इज अ पार्टिसिपेशन कंस्ट्रेंट. ओके सो वही है. सो खत्म रिलेशनशिप भी तुम्हारा. सो नाउ टेल मी व्हाट इज अ रिलेशनशिप. चलो अलग से स्टार्ट करते फिर से.
व्हाट इज रिलेशनशिप?
यस
मतलब दो एंटिटी के बीच में जो मतलब रिलेशन.
and moving forward I'm gonna go in types of entities now. So one type we have is weak entity.
हाँ we
Okay, now this is entity is denoted by a square, right? Now we're gonna go to weak entity. weak entity का weak का मतलब
मींस दुर्बल, कमजोर.
कमजोर, right? So मतलब this is a type of entity where which does not have a
key
key attribute,
एट्रीब्यूट.
है ना? लाइक और लोग का ऐसा खासियत ही नहीं है कि मतलब डिफाइन कर पाऊँ इसको.
ज्यादा
Okay, that is a weak entity. Okay, so it doesn't have a key attribute, so it is denoted like this. Okay,
और double से
double. Okay, so what was this? Can you guys remember?
हाँ ये तो
हाँ.
था
Double ये attribute का है.
एट्रीब्यूट.
What is this?
हाँ ये था.
कीड.
नहीं की में अंडरलाइन करते हैं.
This is multi-value.
मल्टी वैल्यू का
Right?
मल्टी वैल्यू.
Example, और लोग का फोन नंबर, दो फोन
हाँ
सिंगल,
दो यूज सकते हैं.
राइट?
यस
सो वीक एंटिटी का क्या है? अब खुद का वो नहीं है.
की एट्रीब्यूट.
की एट्रीब्यूट क्या होता है?
की एट्रीब्यूट मींस कोई पर्टिकुलर आईडी मतलब
कि हम
यूनिकली
uniquely identify कर सकते हैं.
आइडेंटिफाई कर.
एंटिटी को, है ना? वही वीक एंटिटी ऐसा होता है, उसका खुद का की नहीं है, की एट्रीब्यूट नहीं है. तो वही हाँ एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. सो एक एग्जांपल है ना, ये है मेरा एम्प्लॉय एंटिटी. एम्प्लॉय का पास है उसका फैमिली, एम्प्लॉय फैमिली. ओके सो एम्प्लॉय फैमिली का है ना, लाइक एम्प्लॉय फैमिली, इफ एम्प्लॉय लीव्स एम्प्लॉय फैमिली विल आल्सो लीव. सो दिस डजंट हैव इट्स ओन की, आई मीन. तो ये ऐसा है. सो एंड सिंस दिस इज engaging in a relationship, it will also be like this. When a weak entity engages in a relationship, it will have that in a relationship also it will have that double.
डबल टाइप.
Yes, the participation of weak entity type is always total. The relationship between weak entity type and is called identifying relationship. तो ये जो relationship नजर आ रहा है इसको बोलते हैं identifying relationship. हम identify कर पा रहे हैं, मतलब identifying relationship. Simple as that. Weak entity क्योंकि engage कर रहे हैं ना, वही that's why it's identifying relationship. Now total participation. Each entity set must participate in relationship. That is known as total participation. So total participation, I think I taught it yesterday also. What is total participation?
total number of participants.
And total means सारे के सारे. Participation means
जो participate
हाँ एक ER model, one ER model where every entity participates in at least one relationship. एक तो रिलेशनशिप में पार्टिसिपेट करता है. तो एग्जांपल ऐसा रिलेशनशिप में है. इज दिस अ टोटल पार्टिसिपेशन?
हाँ
इज दिस अ टोटल पार्टिसिपेशन? व्हाट डू यू से? यस व्हाई?
number certificate at least one.
है ना, बिकॉज़ दे आर ऑल ऑफ द एंटिटीज आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन
At least
रिलेशनशिप,
one.
है ना. Yeah, that's all. Now example of ER diagram. We have fully learned ER diagram now. We can fully understand what is ER diagram. So yeah. So yeah, example, Alok, tell me, yeah, so Samrat also can tell me. Passenger books. What is this?
टिकट.
Train. So can you tell me what is this?
ट्रेन टिकट.
Yes.
ट्रेन.
क्या हो रहा है मतलब? What is happening?
पैसेंजर.
Right? So what can you see there? So passenger का attributes क्या क्या हो सकते हैं?
और पैसेंजर.
हाँ.
हाँ पैसेंजर आईडी.
Right?
Yeah.
Name, right? And train का क्या क्या हो सकता है?
ट्रेन का सीट नंबर.
Right? Seat number, train ID, है ना? Like that. वही.
बोगी नंबर.
हाँ, that's what I wanted to say. So वही हम देख पा रहे हैं like किस टाइप का है relationship. तो एग्जाम में ऐसा दे सकता है, ये दे सकता है, और हमें खुद बनाना पड़ेगा. वी नीड टू क्रिएट द ER डायग्राम बाय आवरसेल्फ.
Interesting.
Yeah. So member name can be divided into first name, middle name, like this. They will give a question, and we need to write it by ourselves.
Correct.
Can we do it? Let's do one. The question number 1 we have. Why don't we do it together instead of in your own copy? What do you say? है ना, हमारे कॉपी से अच्छा हम इधर ही कर देते.
हाँ, okay.
टाइम. So first में क्या बोल रहे हैं? Can you guys tell me?
Member name can be
Divided into first name, middle name, last name.
Okay.
Member name.
Okay, member. Okay. So member name is an attribute or what?
member name.
Is this an attribute or an entity?
Entity. Can be divided into first name, last name, and middle name.
I think this member is a entity,
Entity.
and we have a member name.
Yeah.
Member name. Okay, and it can be divided into
Three.
what was it?
First
Last.
name, middle name, and last name.
Okay, first name, middle name, and last name. Okay, F name, middle name,
Middle name,
and last name. And next
Name.
line.
The section, member, book.
Grantor.
Great.
Book grantor.
हाँ.
जो ग्रांट करता है वही होगा सर.
कोमा भी है.
पब्लिशर. हाँ वही.
Section member क्या था?
Section, comma,
Mhm.
member, comma, book, comma,
Mhm.
Grantor.
Mhm.
comma, publisher
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
uniquely identified by
Mhm.
section ID,
member ID.
member ID, whole number,
Mhm.
published ID,
National ID.
national ID card.
Card number respect.
So all of them have one key attribute. So section का क्या है?
सेक्शन का तुम्हारा है सेक्शन आईडी.
Section ID, right?
यस.
Section ID. Then book have
Book ID.
book ID,
यस.
and grantor has
ग्रांटर आईडी.
GID, right?
Mm.
And publisher has
Publisher ID.
publisher ID, right? So now is this a correct way to write these IDs here?
नो.
No, why not?
It is a correct way according to the
It
steps.
is correct way, right?
हाँ, according to the given steps.
स्टेप्स से.
हाँ, अभी तक 2 point में ही तो है.
हाँ वही तो.
So these are IDs बोला है ना? ये क्या बोला है? These are uniquely identifying.
तो कोमा भी डालना पड़ेगा.
तो uniquely identifying को हम कैसे डिनोट करते थे?
वो
ऐसा करके? ऐसे की है ना, ये यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहा है. सो की एट्रीब्यूट का डेफिनेशन ये है, यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाइंग अ एंटिटी. सो इसको क्या करेंगे?
underline.
अंडरलाइन करेंगे, और अंडरलाइन करेंगे. नाउ नेक्स्ट, मेंबर का क्या था वैसे?
member ID.
मेंबर आईडी. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज
One section has many books, but
One book should be kept in
one section.
ओके, वन सेक्शन हैज,
Many books,
ओके, हैज मेनी बुक्स, राइट? तो एन,
and
वन एन.
one book should be kept in one section.
ओके,
One book should be kept in one section.
वन सेक्शन वन, और आई डोंट नो हाउ टू डू दैट, लीव इट, है ना. इतना तक ठीक है. वन सेक्शन हैज एन, मतलब एन बुक्स, मतलब मेनी बुक्स.
हाँ.
नेक्स्ट,
Next, but बुलाया था. But one book should be kept in one section.
या लीव इट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
One number can borrow many books.
यस, वन नंबर, वन मेंबर.
Number.
हाँ वो member.
Member. So one member can borrow
Many books.
एक second ना, books, right? Now what should I write here? One member means one member, okay? And how many books?
Many books.
Many means
N.
and.
Yes.
So this is a one. What relationship is this? Three relationship are there. What relationship is this? Asam will tell me. Simple, okay? This is this a unary? Is this a binary or and? Yeah, correct. This is a and relationship. Okay, since there are and. Now next.
But many books may be published by one publisher.
Okay, so this relationship will become book, and published, right? Will be published, right?
By one publisher.
By one publisher. So here
What?
one, right? And here Alok will tell me
Yeah, one. Yeah.
many books will be.
Many books published by one publisher.
So one publisher
N.
and books, right? Now next,
So ये भी N relation ही होगा.
N.
and relationship and
उसके बाद step 1 आएगा.
Mhm.
And it's ये many books की हुआ है ना.
हाँ.
Step 1 out. Identifying the entities.
identify the entities.
Yeah.
Entities are section, book, grantor, publisher, and member,
Member.
right? Next,
तो हमें क्या दिखना पड़ेगा?
Yeah.
Side में.
Yeah.
सागर वो क्वेश्चन क्या ऐसे आएगा मतलब
it might. We are not sure. ऐसे ही आ सकता है शायद.
The entities are sections of बता दिया ना
हम्म।
books publishers okay. Step number 2 में हम identify करेंगे relationships.
मैंने आंसर दे चुका है ना
हाँ.
रिलेशनशिप मैंने आइडेंटिफाई कर चुका है
अगर ये
खत्म
क्वेश्चन है
आ
तो
गया
डायग्राम बना के ये नीचे लिख सकते हैं।
हाँ या वी कैन राइट इट
लिखना पड़ेगा ना ये?
हाँ और ये सर सारे के लिए तुम अलग अलग भी बना सकते हो इफ यू वांट जैसे कि इन लोग ने ऐसा भी किया अलग अलग बना के रख दिया है। ये बुक का ये सेक्शन का दिखा रहा है ना वो N1 मैंने इधर सबका एक साथ किया है बट ये अलग अलग भी कर सकते हो ये अलग से ये अलग से ये अलग से बट यू कैन डू इट लाइक दिस ऑल्सो ये अच्छा होगा आई थिंक तो ये अलग अलग कर रहा है और ग्रांटर में डबल वो है ग्रांटर का वाला में क्वेश्चन आया नहीं है ना आई थिंक आई फॉरगॉट टू राइट द क्वेश्चन सो एनीवे ऐसा इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन आता है और तुम्हें ये सिंगल भी दिखा सकते हो या तो एक ही बड़ा बना के यू कैन राइट लाइक दैट ओके सो आई थिंक वी आर डन राइट सो so I think this is the step 2 right actually step 1 identifying the entities क्या क्या entities है वो identify करना है ना तो steps क्या क्या होते हैं step 1 we have is identifying the entities
तो
तो-
क्वेश्चंस के मुताबिक हमें डायग्राम ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा.
yes and what are the
Step one.
entities
So best
डायग्राम
steps
बना के
Yeah.
वो steps।
what are the entities you can see
entity section book
section book
grantor publisher member
member right
books
books
borrower
borrower where is it
borrower here.
No.
that is
Borrower.
it
Oh, sorry, yes. That is relation.
yeah now step 2 is
Identify the relationship।
identifying the
relation. Relationship.
identifying the relationship
Ship.
so now what relationship can you see here
Yes, first of all, borrower.
borrower right so let's do
Books.
it where is it books
On top, yes, books.
passenger books a train oh this is different
Or
question
different.
here okay
Will be
okay books will be published by publisher okay
होगा.
and section has
Has होगा.
multiple books
Borrower.
one member borrow
और n numbers of books.
yeah n number of books these are the three relationship
वो लिखना पड़ेगा.
yeah we need to write here in step 3 and step next is
Step 3 के बाद तो
पीछे
ये
मेरा इस तरफ होता है here step 3 is identifying key attributes
key attributes.
yeah identifying the
Key attributes.
key attributes so what are the key attributes here you can see
वही कहते हैं user ID.
yeah सबसे पहले होता है user id
हाँ.
कहाँ पर
Section ID.
section id
The 90
member id and here
publisher
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 ID.
id
Grantor ID, book ID.
grantor id and book id right
वो सब लिखना पड़ेगा ना.
yeah लिखना पड़ेगा
सागर वो मतलब वो डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा क्या वो आईडी देना तो नहीं पड़ेगा ना डायरेक्ट पब्लिशर आईडी वो सब भी लिखना पड़ेगा.
like this section का है ना section id
हाँ.
member has member id
मतलब जिन्होंने पढ़ा था ना कि 1042 ID.
हाँ.
yeah we don't
If it is mentioned in the question
Yeah.
that we should.
so next step 4 is
Others relevant
yeah
attributes
other relevant attributes relevant attributes
like
okay.
father name, last name, no, first name, last name, middle name.
yes so other relevant attributes we have is here name first name middle name last name right and other do we have anything else no
Yes.
वो ग्रांड
मतलब-
आईडी no वो तो
no right done
Yes.
so that's all I think we're finished with the question so that's the step 4 steps we need to write so can you tell me the first step Alok
फर्स्ट स्टेप पहले हम वो ईआर डायग्राम बनाएंगे.
हाँ वही है.
असं ते गणना करू
yeah that is yeah diagram okay then
तू तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन देखी मैंने कर सकी.
yeah step 1 is Ashish will tell me that
अबे.
हाँ.
Okay. फर्स्ट स्टेप में हम क्या डिवाइड करते हैं हम
identifying the
आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं हाँ
entities
एंटिटीज को. हाँ entities.
yeah Samrat will tell me the second step
identify the key attributes
yes correct key attributes after
Key
that okay we'll identify key attributes after that
हम रिलेशन
relationship
and identifying the relationship and after that
बात भी है.
yes Other relevant-
Other relevant
attributes so all the other attributes you can find okay so these are the steps exam
आपके पास यही काम.
yeah year diagram से हम ये ढूंढ सकते हैं
हाँ. उसका स्टेप सीख जाएगा.
वो JR diagram की step 3 वहाँ
so now enhanced ER model और थोड़ा we are going to tough mode okay
स्टेप स्टेप वन को.
हाँ. Enhance ER.
स्टेप 1 स्टेप 2 स्टेप 3.
okay your ER model को
हाँ.
now there are 4 steps okay the first step you can create a you know ER model by yourself so the first step is identifying the entities
Entities.
what entities do we have we had member we have books we have that you know
Second.
publisher you know now the second step is to identify key attributes every attribute entity has one key attribute so we identified that and the third step is identifying the relationship so relationships क्या क्या कितने कौन से after that final
हाँ.
other relevant
other relevant
attributes. Yeah, that's all.
ठीक है। और एक attributes का subordinate भी होता है ना, उसका भी नाम था क्या?
Subordinate. Yeah. So what type of attribute is it? Let me ask that question. So this is,
Yeah.
here we have name attribute is further has 3 different attributes. So what is this called? What kind of attribute is this?
If anyone doesn't know, I will tell. Okay.
Yeah. Here,
बोला other relevant.
no. I mean, I'm not talking about this, question. This is previous question, type of attributes. So
Yeah.
which type of attribute is this?
Okay. Which type of attribute?
First name, last name.
So this is a type of,
Okay. Compose attribute.
yes,
Composite.
composite attribute. Okay.
त्यो मतलब यो चाहिँ एउटादेखि भाग भएको छ नि।
And that's same thing.
क्या भन्नु?
Yeah. मतलब
बस
multiple,
डायग्राम उल्टा मात्रै
yeah, multiple are making one, right?
त्यो
Yeah.
चाहिँ डायग्राम उल्टा गरेको हुन्छ।
Yeah.
अनि
Yeah.
त्यसलाई सब कम्बाइन गरेको।
Yeah.
मतलब सूची
अँ।
खेलेको छ।
Break लेते हैं.
Yeah, let's take 10 minutes break, right? मतलब we have done 1 hour. Okay then. Continue. अब चाहिँ now we are going to start enhanced Java model with enhanced. What does the word enhanced mean? What does the word enhanced mean? English word.
तो भन्छ।
अति भी बंद.
ल
Yeah, enhanced.
यसलाई नेक्स्ट लेभलमा ल्याउन।
Next level, right? So,
इम्प्रुभ गर्न।
improve. So enhanced means improve, right? Improve. So ER model. Okay. So enhanced ER model basically means is the upgraded version of the ER model.
model.
Improved and upgraded.
And updated.
Yeah. And there are few new terminologies. Terminology का मतलब क्या होता है?
Terminology.
Yeah.
Means
There are few new terminology. Terminology means बोलने का तरीका.
तरीका।
Yeah. मतलब 2-3 नए तरीके भाई मतलब जो हमें सीखना है. We need to learn. First is generalization. Yeah, generalization. Generalization means I will describe you. Generalization. Second is specialization.
Specialization.
Specialization. I don't think this will come in exam though. And third is you've got. I think this is known as all together. So what is called aggregation? Yes. So let's start from generalization. I will not go too deep depth in. Generalization means इसका मतलब क्या है? Alok will tell me. Okay.
generalization. मतलब एक एग्जांपल देके बता सकते हैं.
Yeah.
मतलब ये generalization हमारे मतलब specialization अभी हमारा को मैं वांचो हमें को हमारा मतलब 6 में आप specialization कोई सब्जेक्ट ले सकते हैं. मतलब कुछ भी मतलब डाटा साइंस बा इमेज प्रोसेसिंग ये एक specialization मतलब कोई पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. और generalization means मतलब ऑल टोटल वो लेना ही पड़ेगा मतलब मतलब specialization.
What do you say? And
So add it.
take a second. What do you say then? And what do you say? No comments. So let me tell you then what is generalization. Generalization basically having the knowledge of little things in more stuff. That is generalization.
मतलब deeply.
Deeply से न जाने, not going deeply, but having basic knowledge on most of the things. But specialization doesn't have most knowledge, only one thing on one thing.
Take
So,
what's curious.
yes, yeah. So generalization, the definition of generalization is it's a bottom-up
So
approach.
we say that till BCA we are generalization.
Yes.
From there MCA we are specialization.
Specialization. That's correct. So
Yeah.
so generalization का definition होगा is the bottom-up approach. Okay. So a bottom-up approach in which some lower-level entities are combined into higher-level entities. So bottom-up approach where lower-level entity, lower-level के जो entities होते हैं उनको combine करके higher level बनाया जाएगा into higher level. Higher level. तो specialization क्या होगा इसका? What is the meaning? What might be the definition of specialization? Bottom-up का उल्टा.
Focusing particularly on a
one and
Yeah. So here bottom up का उल्टा होगा मतलब generalization का उल्टा होगा specialization. तो bottom up की जगह में क्या होगा? Top down होगा. ऊपर से नीचे. Okay? ऊपर में मतलब एक ही चीज होता है ना, उसके नीचे करके मतलब और उसका सेपरेट हो जाएगा ना, तो भी सेपरेट कर रहे हैं मतलब. The top down method is known as approach is known as specialization. Here what happens is higher level entities are broken down into lower level entities. तो देखा जाए तो here Where is this? Yeah.
Level entities.
Higher level entity can be broken down into lower level entities. So that's the definition.
Direct opposite of generalization is specialization.
Yes. Higher level entities are broken down into lower level. So example देता हूँ सबसे पहले. Generalization का example क्या है? Generalization का example. So definition क्या था? Ashish will tell me. Okay. Generalization.
Bottom
Yeah.
Bottom up
Yes. Bottom up approach.
approach.
Where?
You just a method of
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah. Where
Where the higher levels
No.
of
lower level
lower
entities
levels of entities
will
are but spread out
lower level entities will
will
be combined into
combine into
higher level, है ना? So example here we have is, example in generalization here we have is here this is Alok's bank account, Alok's bank, चलो है ना? And here has one is your savings account, one is your current account. So here these two are lower level actually. We combine these two into single entity in Alok's bank, okay, higher level entity. So this is generalization. Now let's go to specialization. Alok will tell me, or you can, Samrat also can tell me, what is specialization? Specialization. What is specialization? Specialization.
Generalization में से ये जो bottom up
Yeah, bottom up थियो. इसमें से उल्टा हो गया इसको, इसका उल्टा. Bottom up का उल्टा. इसका होगा
Top down.
top.
Higher to low.
Yeah, top down.
Down.
Yeah, higher to lower, correct. Higher level entities to
Lower level entity.
broken down into lower level. तो तोड़ सकते हैं मतलब. इसका example क्या होगा? हाँ. So I have a student entity. Student entity has one is ex student and one is current student, like that. That's all. So this is specialization. Specialization. Yeah. एक student है.
Example दो ना everywhere.
नहीं, similar. They are similar. Here what happened? Bottom up हो रहा है. Yeah. Here it is going top down. So that's all.
मतलब ये फिर से ऊपर आ रहा है क्या? जिसने एरो क्यों दिया?
अरे हाँ नहीं.
तो ये यहाँ पे combine करके करेंगे.
Yeah, हाँ ये मतलब bottom up है ना, ऊपर जा रहा है ये. So ये top down हो रहा है, ऊपर से नीचे गिर हो रहा है.
जिससे ऊपर जाएगा ही नहीं.
Yeah. Split हो रहा है मतलब.
ये फिर combine हो रहा है ना?
Student is a combine. No, split हो रहा है.
ये
Here combining. Yeah. It is combined. So now moving forward, third we have is now anyone can tell me what is the meaning of aggregation? What is the meaning of aggregation?
Aggregation means it's good.
Yes, हाँ सही बोला, एक good ना, combining, aggregate. Aggregation means एक जोड़ के. तो इसमें क्या होगा है ना, aggregation का meaning क्या है ना, तो मेरे multiple entities and multiple relationship. Yeah, this is aggregation. इसका definition पढ़ लेते. So
Means हमारा CGP.
SCGP.
हाँ SGP.
SCGP.
हाँ वही मतलब कुछ भी है.
तो दोनों समझते थे SCGP में
हाँ वो मतलब वही हाँ एक सब्जेक्ट का एग्रीगेट निकाले एक भी होता है.
और सभी सब्जेक्ट का मिला के SCGP होता है.
So I have one example of aggregate. So multiple entity relationship होना चाहिए, multiple entities होना चाहिए, है ना? तो we have is here Alok goes to inquire पूछता है मतलब inquire लिख है ना. Alok पूछता है कि है ना, ये काजीरंगा यूनिवर्सिटी है, ठीक है, ये एंटिटी का नाम है काजीरंगा KU, काजीरंगा यूनिवर्सिटी, और काजीरंगा यूनिवर्सिटी को मतलब पूछने जा रहा है कैसा है मतलब. तो वो क्या क्या पूछेगा है ना, पहले तो वो पूछेगा कि इसका कोर्स कैसा है, और फिर कोर्स और वो भी कैसा है, फीस भी कितना है मतलब कोर्स का, ये दोनों चीज पूछ रहा है ना. हैज कोर्स का फीस कितना है मतलब. तो ये हो गया तुम्हारा एग्रीगेट. इसमें अलग अलग रिलेशनशिप, अलग अलग एंटिटीज जुड़ रहे हैं. मतलब KU काजीरंगा यूनिवर्सिटी एंटिटी के अंदर भी मतलब रिलेशनशिप है दो एंटिटी का, वो भी कोर्स और फीस का. तो जब भी Alok काजीरंगा यूनिवर्सिटी में इंक्वायर करने आएगा, उसको कोर्स के बारे में भी डिटेल मिलेगा और फीस के बारे में डिटेल मिलेगा,
लेकिन सब मिलेगा
या
जरा
या दोनों मिलेगा।
प्लेसमेंट और ग्रांटेड प्रोग्राम
यूट्यूब में वो सुन ना ले। Yeah. So this is a very good example of aggregate, okay? Aggregation. So now I'll just ask simple question पूछूंगा है ना? What is an enhanced ER model?
इनहेंस ईयर मॉडल
Yes. Is an upgraded version
अपग्रेडेड वर्जन
of
ऑफ
Hey,
ईयर मॉडल
yes ER model. Now tell me few new terminologies in enhanced ER model.
terminology.
First बता दो बस.
हाँ, कौन सा जनरल था ना?
Special generalized.
हाँ, वही
Yeah. Next is specialized and third is
वही भी था हाँ
a good
Last
एग्रीगेट
yeah aggregation, right?
aggregation.
So what is this generalization?
That is था ना?
Is the
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है.
so now after this our next partner we're going to study, that is schema.
ये
Schema. So what does anyone know what is schema?
Kim Zero.
Schema, what is schema? Schema is nothing but schema मतलब skeleton body of a relation. इसका definition होगा the overall design of the database is called this database schema. So overall design of a database is
Only jana पर database.
known as schema, database schema. Okay. So schema basically मैं बोलता हूँ है ना, I call it skeleton body of the relation. Like skeleton, हड्डी. So schema are changed infrequently if at all. Schemas इसका feature है कि ये change नहीं होता, ये does not change much. Does not change much. A database schema corresponds to the variable declarations. Each variable has a particular value or given instance. The values of the variable in a program at the point of time correspond to an instance of database schema. Database systems may be several schemas partitioned according to the level of abstracts. The physical schema describes the database at the physical level, and the logical schema describes the database at the lowest level possible. A database may also have several schemas at the view level, sometimes known as subschemas that describe several views of the database. I don't think it is important. एग्जाम में आने का चांस नहीं है और ये बहुत ही टफ लग रहा है ना.
और क्लास में बहुत सामने
स्कीमा भनेको हैन म भन्छु कि हैन skeleton body of a table or a relation हैन. Or you can also say this one, overall design of a database is known as database schema. So now we are going to go to attribute types. Okay, attribute types.
Types of attributes for product.
Now 40 seconds. Attribute types. A relation is
टाइप्स ऑफ एट्रीब्यूट
oh we want to revise again. चलो one first में क्या थे? Let's revise.
One